All right, what is up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about Beehiiv, a newsletter. I don't know, what is it called? Email service provider, ESP. Anyways, it's just some email software. Have you been getting a lot of like random newsletter signups in your inbox? Like you've never signed up for these newsletters and you just kept getting emails from them. Well, I'm not the only person. I sent out a tweet about it, and I just want to talk about the situation today. Been in contact with the CEO already, and a bit of sass in there, but I won't reveal DMs because no good. I think it's not good for the industry, not good for anyone revealing DMs. However, I will give you the gist of it. So, anyways, let me report my numbers from the day before because I do this every episode, and no creatine today because, as you guys know, I'm not at home right now. Um, so let's go on with the episode. Yesterday did 1690 in total revenue, down $100 from the day before. We have Amazon coming in at $1,000, Mediavine at 62, and the adult revenue source at 613. All right, let's get on with the episode. Let's get it going. So, if you sign up for the first link in the YouTube description, you get sent the URL to this sheet. If you guys want to follow along the show notes, today's episode 437. So let's get on with the episode. So, I think a week ago, I saw a tweet from Dennis Hegstad, I believe, out in Austin. He's saying, "Hey, I've been getting hella Beehiiv spam, and it's always only from Beehiiv." So I was like, you know what? I'll talk about it. And I was like, because Beehiiv really made a splash on the scene. They came out swinging. Their social media team was on point, hopping on to every single tweet that mentioned newsletter software, so on and so forth. Really growth hacky. I really respected it. Um, so I tweeted out, I was like, it's really sad that they went from everyone's favorite newsletter software to nonstop just violating Can Spam Act to make their CPA. Hate to see it. So what does that mean? I was under the impression they were signing people on without their consent because they do make like money for signups. So, for example, when you sign up for a newsletter on marketing letter, like first link in the description, when you sign up, if you Beehive, what they have as a service is they'll have a pop up. They're like, "Do you want to join these other three newsletters?" And it's automatically ticked yes. And typically, what would happen is people would just skip through that page. They would just sign up, and the newsletter would get paid like $1 to $2 per ticked box. And in that way, like newsletters can make pretty good money from it. Um, I thought they were just signing on everyone using some sort of backend software, probably some IP matching. But after chatting with the CEO, it seems like that's not the case. And what they did say was what they said was they're probably importing or sharing lists between like multiple newsletters, or people are just scraping that. And I don't know, that didn't really sit well with me because it seems like it's only happening with Beehive. So what I suggested was the following. So I sent out a tweet. I'll link the tweet in the comment section. You guys can be the judge of it. I said all bulk contact imports should be manually reviewed. New contacts should be default frozen. Unless someone's like importing them as a migration service. And I said, have one click unsubscribe. I also mentioned it's probably bad for business. It's way better for consumers. Because right now, when you click unsubscribe, you have to go to a page and also click unsubscribe once again. So it's a two-click unsubscribe. Whereas I know for a fact with MailChimp, and I know for a fact with ConvertKit or Kit, it's a one-clicker. So, extra resistance mean more people drop off, more people probably don't unsubscribe. And I said, have a way to report the newsletter for abuse immediately after unsubscribe. And I know for a fact, I know from experience, ActiveCampaign does this, MailChimp does this. I don't know about ConvertKit. And then I mentioned careful with GDPR, because I'm sure that's allowing people to import is illegal, right? No, wait, sorry, not allowing people to import, like people importing without consent is illegal. Um, and I do want to shout out Jimmy Kim. He did mention that this is not violating Can-Spam Act at all. And then I dug into it. So if you're in the EU or Canada and you're getting signed up for these newsletters without express consent, they're actually in violation of privacy laws. So if you see a large enough newsletter, like if they're a full-on business and they signed you up without consent, you could probably go after them and probably get some money from this. It's pretty juicy. Um, I think what happened next was a way more juicy. What happened was I posted about this in the advice community, right? I was like, hey, yo, anyone else getting spammed? And someone in the community sent out, they're like, yo, some of the, not, I'm not saying Beehiiv, but some of the newsletter operators have been inserting OpenSend.com snippets to extract emails when you visit their sites, which is crazy. And apparently it's like illegal in the UK, definitely illegal in the EU. I don't know about Canada or US, but kind of crazy, right? And I brought this up to Tyler. I would say the general gist of things was when I was reporting the abuse, he was very receptive. However, when I started talking about OpenSend, I think that's when he started getting a bit upset. And I was like, it's quite easy to do a check for these JavaScript inserts, right? You can do a scrape of your users and operators, just see if they're using OpenSend. I was, I was like, it's not that hard, right? However, I was met with a bit more criticism than usual. I was trying to help. I sent over newsletters that were I've been signed on without consent, and then newsletters I did sign on with consent with my email. I've been trying to like give pointers. However, I don't think Tyler was very receptive. I don't want to reveal DMs, but so I just chucked it into ChatGPT. The general gist of things was like Beehive's stance is they're not responsible for like the enforcement of these laws. So they kind of just want to run crazy like that, and they just provide the infrastructure for newsletter operators. He did advise that like if I wanted to sue, I could, or like pursue like legal recourse. What else did I say? They have policies against abusive practices. However, like differentiating legitimate imports versus illegitimate can be challenging. I think the final thing that I wasn't a fan of was that like he he was very frustrated with my criticism, despite I think I come from a good place. I wasn't trying to dunk on them, and he was like, "Yeah, it sucks when people who aren't in the know trying to give advice on things outside their field of expertise, And I was only trying to help, and I'm not the only person getting these Beehive emails, so it's clear that they really have a problem here. So I don't know. I think that just didn't sit well with me. And guys, if you have been receiving Beehive emails without your consent, let me know down in the comment section. Comment Beehive for the YouTube algo so I rank on Google, so they have to address this. And I hope they solve it, man. I had a lot of respect for Tyler before this incident. Still do. I think with any growing platform, this is an issue they have to address. So I hope they solve it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. That'll be it. No comments from the comment section today, unfortunately.